What was that?
Right on, man. You want to see it again?
Actually, I kind of do.
Okay. Peace and love. Peace and love. We'll be right back. We're going to see this awesome intro that I have no idea who did it, but here it is.
Okay.
So now we have our own intro, and I'm OmniDog with Comics Guide, a blown away Comics Guide.
Wow.
Marvel Bab thought that was amazing. Thanks, Marvel. Graphic no avail. Hand pink waving.
That's a good name.
What is hand pink waving? Hand pink waving? James Abel, he knows what's up. Team OmniDog, what up, buddy? Tasty Melon was first. And Larry of Larry's Library, how's it going? And let's see. You can go to InStockTrades.com because they're our fabulous sponsor, where you can get your collected editions 38 to 65%. I got something the other day it was my Spider-Woman Volume 3 Marvel Masterwork, 80% off. That's crazy. I mean, that's the biggest discount I think I've ever gotten for paying money for a book. 80% off. That's at InStockTrades.com. I'm not saying everything's 80% off, but you can get some amazing deals there. At the end of every month, this month, what month is this? March. So it's going to be March 27th, the day before OmniDog's birthday.
Is it really?
Away a $50 gift card from InStockTrades.com, worth $50 of credit at InStockTrades.com. Don't forget your 2%. So I actually ended up with 82% off on that book. Mm-hmm. Right. $50 or more in an order in the United States gets you free shipping, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Right on. They are our sponsor. We love them. New emojis are not in StreamYard yet. Oh, so this was supposed to be like a pink hand waving. Aku loves Zack Snyder. Max is here. And Mr. Tex. Hello. And Lou, I think that if we're honest with each other, when I ask for a topic for Wednesday, it's just so I can have something to put in the box that says topic.
Yeah.
Half the time we talk about toasters from Costco and rotisserie chicken and tacos. Although last week we did talk about, we had a really good show last week.
We did.
We talked about censorship, which I actually have a thought on. It's a little late, but it still is, I think, fair. Okay. Hey, there's Sazmurph. I ordered several DC books from IST the other day. What did you order, Larry? I'm interested in knowing what you ordered. And then we had a really fun game that we played that you came up with. I could play that game again, or a different version of it. That was fun. And we talked about is it when you go back and you change a book to fit in with new standards, is that whitewashing?
I don't know. That's a very good question.
What is that called? I feel like whitewashing, it might have been called that, but I feel like whitewashing might be something, have a different meaning now. I will say that I saw, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right?
Yes.
I saw that they went back, and I don't know if they're doing it permanently, but they were changing Augustus Gloop from fat or something to they were changing the wording, and I was thinking,
Oh my God.
they're not body shaming him. It's greed that made him the way he was. He was greedy. That's why he was so heavy and round. I mean, the whole point of that wasn't that they wanted to body shame Augustus Gloop. It was because he was greedy.
Yeah.
So that's really the only thought I had about it. Oh, Mr. Tex had a question about the title Milk and Cheese. I have, now where did I put it? Of course, I can't find it now. Back in 92, I forget how, I bet if I go in the other room, I can find it. Evan Dorkin was selling for $20 original hand-drawn things on like a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, color. And I got a drawing of Milk and Cheese for $20, and it's inked and everything.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. But I set it aside because I think I might frame it because that's the first time I've seen it since 1992. What was your question about Milk and Cheese, Mr. Tex? I have a good, solid knowledge about Milk and Cheese.
It's a fun series.
Yeah, it really is. I heard The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, good. Superman Birthright, good. And manga. Full Figured Augustus.
Jess, I gotta step away for a few minutes.
Okay, I can talk about. I can talk about Milk and Cheese.
You can imagine why right now. So.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be back.
No problem. I gotta save the what of my order. Oh, for your own show. I totally get it. No worries. Is it in print? Are you looking for? Let's see. Are you looking for the collected edition of it? Let me see what I have. Just a sec. Milk and Cheese, Evan Dorkin. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Let's see. You can find it. Ooh, hardcover's a little pricey. Let's see. On the large internet retailer, they have it in paperback. Milk and Cheese, Dairy Products Gone Bad. Let's see if our fabulous sponsor has it in in stock trades. Okay. Milk and not sugar, Milk and Cheese. Well, it doesn't look like In Stock Trades has it. So I will go back to where I found it on the large internet retailer and show you what it looks like. Okay, wait. Okay, there's James with an awesome link. Death to False Comics, Dairy Products Gone Bad. Yeah, it's very adult. They hate what you hate, and they hate you. Basically, Milk and Cheese are a carton of milk and a chunk of cheese. And they hate everything. But it's also got some Evan Dorkin social commentary in there. Keep in mind, it's 30 years old, and it's super violent. They regularly kill, maim, and cut out people's hearts and stuff. I find it incredibly funny. I find all of Evan Dorkin's stuff really funny. Unfortunately, that Milk and Cheese hardcover has been out of print and expensive for years now. Okay. But the paperbacks way in print. and it's hilarious. Thanks, William. Larry's Library. We all look forward to your haul unboxing. That is true. And yep, there's the link for it. Aku, I have not. I really don't have a good excuse for that one. Oh, doctor's appointment today, dentist appointment yesterday. Tomorrow I have physical therapy, but physical therapy is very close to me. So where is that? I have it right here. Okay. I'm putting it on the immediate read pile, which is right here. So I promise to check it out. Yeah, if you like funny, over the top, biting satire, it's way over the top, Mr. Tex. I mean, there's just, on purpose, it's way over the top. I think Evan Dorkin's art is amazing. I've always liked his drawing, but I think he's got a really sharp sense of humor too. So I don't know if you like satire, if you have you have to have a good sense of humor and you have to like satire. I can't guarantee you'll like it, because with anything funny, people have different sort of senses of humor. What I think is funny, you may not, and vice versa. Like, for instance, I don't think There's Something About Mary is funny at all. Lots of people think that's a hilarious movie. I don't. Now, on the other hand, I love The Big Lebowski. I love Tropic Thunder. I love all kinds of things. So, sense of humor, blah, 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 whatever my point was, I think you should try it out. It's really good. There is a used copy of the Milk and Cheese hardcover from a reputable seller on that Big A site. I've ordered from that place before. I saw that it was $50. Let's see. Hardcover. Who is that from? Oh, I have not heard of that. But you say that's a reputable place, man? Okay. I would have to unhook my laptop and take it over to the smaller part of the oh wait, $29.55 and free shipping. I didn't see that on the big site. All right, wait. Come on, stop it. On the big site, the cheapest I see is $50. Buy used, very good. Let's see what's going on here. What'd you say? $29.55. Oh, other sellers. Thrift Books from Dallas. $29. That must be what you're talking about. Okay. If you want to risk it, whatever. Good. Well, let's hope you get it and you dig it. I will. I should pull that out and read that and Eltingville, the Eltingville book club, and Dork. Oh, Wonder Book. Okay. No, any topic is anything can be a topic. I'm by myself now, so I don't know how I'm gonna talk about a topic. I'll talk about what you guys want to talk about. You want to talk about milk and cheese? That's fine with me. I just have to keep the show rolling until everybody can come join. Gabe's not even going to be on till 8:40 or something our time because he has to get off work. So yeah, no, don't worry about the topic. Let's talk about what you want to talk about. Anything in your mind that you're interested in talking about? Maybe let me see if I can lay my hands. Okay. Let's go into the other room and let me see if I can find milk and cheese while we're talking. Because things have gotten noticeably Let me turn off the dehumidifier in here. Things have gotten noticeably a little bit more organized here. As you can see, I have fun lights. It also should be noted that Dorgan's cartooning is very impressive. Unsure whom else I'd really compare his concomitant density and manic energy to, but it's sort of like Pete Baggy's Hate meets Gerlad Jablonski. Good for you to use concomitant in a sentence. I mean, you are known for your big words. That is an excellent word. Belton Bros, have you read Promethea and what did you think of it? I loved Promethea. I highly recommend it. Here, while we're in here, I'll show you. I need to get lights on this. This is my Justice League Dark display. We got Swamp Thing in back. Yeah, that's why I need lights here. Swamp Thing, Deadman, Zatanna, Constantine with a cigarette there. That's really cool. Dr. Fate and Wonder Woman. Okay, so true. Topic 1. When will we see the great OmniDog Collector channel videos? Oh, the TV show? I can work on that. I'll try and work on that. No, I know I always say that, but my wife has a friend over who's spending the night, and so I'll have like the whole evening to myself after this. I will try and get something up. Rising Phoenix, I promise. I got a weird one. You all ever heard of a 1968 movie starring Mary Tyler Moore called What's So Bad About Feeling Good? I recently saw a couple of trailers for this on YouTube and it looks insane. Mary Tyler Moore did that? That surprises me. What's so bad about feeling good? Okay, now let's see. Milk and cheese, where would you be? Because I did sort of put everything in a rough order. What's funny about that? She has her gal pal's husband's out of town, and so she's staying in the guest room. Yeah, she came over to spend the night. What's funny about that, Aku? Look like Vince Lombardi. You really think so? I think that's a pretty good Constantine, especially with the cards and the smoke coming from his cigarette. Are you sure you know who Vince Lombardi is? Okay, there's two people. Rising Felix and William Lee that want to see Collector Showcase. That's good enough for me. I will work on it tonight. I promise. Okay, so I don't want to waste everybody's time. I'm just going to give it a cursory look to see, because Milk and Cheese is a fat book. So I want to just see if I can get it over there. Milk and Cheese, where are you? Okay, I'm not selling it, so it's not in the sell pile. Hey, here, I could use some help. This is never coming out in like the second volume. This Powers book. I loved Powers, but like, who even published this? Icon, Jinx World, DC? Does anybody think this is gonna get a second volume? Should I even stay on this? Should I even keep this? Because it's not complete. It only goes through, collects the entire 37 issue first series. Whatever, I'll keep it. I talked myself back into it. I'm still looking for Milk and Cheese while I'm in here. Oh, I do. I can show you my turntable and speakers. I can't play any music. Sent me the links to the trailers. It's Mary Tyler Moore with George Papard and Dom DeLuise. Yes, I could use some help. Max, you're not being any help right now, are you? Do you think you are? Because you're not. Okay, I'm not finding milk and cheese just yet to show you the awesomeness of it. I see some sweet tooth. Okay, how about here? Milk and cheese, milk and cheese. Oh, there's Eltingville. This is a book by Evan Dorkin, and it's awesome. We'll go over it. Since I can't find milk and cheese, I'll tell you why this book's so good. Because it's basically all of us. Nerdy nerds into nerdy nerd things. That is a Bendis book, yes. No. I feel like I'm helping the overall vibe with some comic relief. Did very fine condition steel milk and cheese. No, I feel like I saw it really recently because I wanted to put it on display with the milk and cheese picture that I got that Evan Dorkin drew. I know my lights are going crazy. Okay, now we'll go look at my turntable. Okay, now next Imaginaut and Max are having a conversation, which is cool. Here's what my turntable looks like. I got it from Upscale Audio in California. And it was the fabulous Jake Spencer, who works there, that helped me get this. So here is the turntable. It is a planar. And it runs down to these two small but very powerful Klipsch speakers. Klipsch the 5s. There's one there. And then another one's over there. So maybe the lady's staying for the night. No, she's not really into comics. I did run into the cute realtor today, though, in Safeway. And she is into the comic book that Rick Ray suggested, these Square Eyes. Yeah, my wife thinks this is funny. I wanted to get regular speaker stands, and she says, no, this is your omnibus room. You should use Omnis. And I said, what? So she said, yeah, pick some Omnis that you're not going to read for a while. So here we have, let me lighten up on that. Here we have New Warriors, X-Men Fall of the Mutants, and Mutant Massacre. This is my wife's joke on me and my nerd world, I guess. And then over here is Captain America's Volume 1 and 2. Silver Age Captain America 1 and 2. I fail to see the humor in that, but any interest my wife takes in my hobby is nice. And I just explained why there are speakers. They're the stands. Yeah. I will be fine for styluses for my cartridge right now. The speakers have the amp in them, so it's just turntable. That's why I got those speakers. It's just turntable and amp needed. I'm sorry, turntable and speakers. Also, Jake told me that it really takes, and I've heard this before. My friend Ryan Sace from England, I'm sorry, from Wales, has told me this too. You need about 100 hours to break in audio equipment. So I've only really got about 5 hours into them, but I'm going to be keeping track of how many hours I play and see if I can really notice a difference. Do I have this free? Can't believe New Warriors has been relegated to a speaker stand. I thought that was funny, but then I had to keep the X-Men books together, or they would well, actually no, I just grabbed a couple of X-Men books I didn't think I was going to get to. Well, now this is true. Squirrel Girl, that's a really thick book, so I could just use that. Yeah, I'll take a picture and put it on my Instagram and make sure I tag very fine condition. Warren Weaver, is that a book that he likes, Mr. Tax? Instead of root beering books, your speaker stand. I'm going to speaker stand them. Jesse, see, I did see it. It looks just like her. You know what I'd like to see is that Hot Toys Jane Foster from Love and Thunder. No matter what you thought of the movie or what you think of Natalie Portman, that's not the issue. I've never seen it before where on Sideshow they had her face blurred out. So I don't know if it was a rights issue. I think I've spoken about this before. Let me actually put my decent mic back in. What's the deal with that? How do I know that it looks like Natalie Portman if I get that? I don't have the room to get her anymore. I got a free, well, not free, it cost me like $50 because I had so many Sideshow points, but I got a Harley Quinn from the Birds of Prey movie, so I'm going to be displaying that right behind here, probably right in that spot there. But yeah, that Wonder Woman from Hot Toys looked really nice. But I'd like to know that Natalie Portman looks like Natalie Portman. I don't get why it's blurred out. Oh, no, he doesn't. He would use it as a doorstop. Well, then I won't trigger him because it's not like it's a place of honor. It's, you know, I'm not putting Gwenpool there or Avengers or Harley Quinn. Doom Patrol, I could do like Doom Patrol and Deathstroke, and that would be a speaker stand. They're so thick. Well, that's fair. She's also married. I just wondered if the action, you know what I mean? Yeah, I would never even. I doubt she would even respond to me if I said hello to her. So I do like her acting though. She is a fabulous actress. So well, let's talk about Eltingville. This is an excellent book by Evan Dorkin. And this is the one thing about Evan Dorkin's work. Oh, what? How dare you? Those are two books that deserve to be framed, except then you couldn't read them. Those are top of my list, those two. He gets really wordy, but every word is really funny. Now, I know this looks impossible, but it's a lot. This is Eltingville is a group of 4 nerds who are the nerdiest nerds. It's the Eltingville comic book, science fiction, fantasy, horror, role-playing club. They're constantly doing things like going into the grocery store and opening every single package of Wonder Bread for the trading card in there. They're constantly fighting with each other. They're ripping off people. I love it. It is just the worst. They're the worst behaving club ever. And this is like if none of us had any social guidance whatsoever, because it's all, you know, nerd based role playing, fantasy, board gaming, comic books. It's all the stuff we're into. Only these guys have no filter whatsoever and just act like maniacs all the time. And so it's hilarious. Let's see. Well, it is just me. So I am going to do that. I think, let's see, tomorrow's just physical therapy. I can do that tomorrow, but you know what I need to do, Rising Phoenix? I need to double check. By that, I mean, I need to reread it because it's been a while and I want to make sure I make very cogent and intelligent points when I make my case for why people should buy the Black Cat Omnibus. So I would think that's something, if I take tomorrow and Friday to read it, then I could put it up over the weekend. So I'll definitely do that, though. I haven't seen that show, although I hear those people are all horrible. I really want to see that. You know, one thing I want to do is get all the what I did with Community, and that was that I got all of Community on Blu-ray or DVD because I think they're well, whitewashing, like what Lou and I were talking about with Augustus Gloop. I think they're taking out some offensive material from what airs. And I think they're doing that with It's Always Sunny. I want to see It's Always Sunny at its most offensive because that's the stuff that I laugh at. So maybe I need to get the DVDs of It's Always Sunny. But these guys also, one thing they do to each other is that they are, it always bounces back on them and they end up being even, their antics where they think they're screwing somebody over, it ends up bouncing back on them and screws everybody over even worse. I feel like William Lee's asking to be timed out, but he's also excited to see Collector's Showcase. So I'm going to call it a wash there. I won't have you timed out. I will give you, let's see. That's what I'll give you. Also, I'll give you this. Yeah, that's what you deserve. Okay. Okay. So, Milk and Cheese, good, get it. Ultimate Club, good, get it. Dork, good, go ahead, get it. What else can I help you with tonight? We were going to talk about Tom King, but Lou's not here. And what did anybody else see that Zack Snyder is teasing something about Darkseid? How's this possible? All it was a little thing that said, wait, let me see. Gabe put it in the chat. Let me find it, because does he, wait, what did he do? Does Zack Snyder even have anything to do with okay, here it is. Does anybody have any comment on this? Because this is all I've seen. Does anybody know what his announcement was? Why it was mysterious? What it had to do with Darkseid? And is that Darkseid? I mean, I don't know that if I looked at that, I could immediately tell you that's what I thought Darkseid looked like. I feel like he has, that's a little thinner type face for me, for my Darkseid's taste. William Lee, not a Zack Snyder fan. I understand. So I also got Organic just posted. Oh, they're getting restocks of Harley Quinn Volume 3 and later 2. Are those worth getting? Yes, because those have been the ones that have been out of print. Excuse me. Volume 2, I kept my Rebirth oversized hardcovers. I kept my Rebirth oversized hardcovers instead of getting Volume 3, but this is Volume 2. And I believe this is where we got the beginning of Red Tool, who is actually, I thought he was a very funny character. He's obviously a takeoff on Deadpool. Is this where we got our Gang of Harleys? Yep, Gang of Harleys was funny. The Catwoman's in it. The art is always solid. This just makes me want to reread this whole series again and again. Even the Rebirth stuff is really good. Yeah, 100% you need to get this Rising Phoenix because they've been out of print for a long time. I think 2 and 3. 1 has oddly been in print, but I think 2 and maybe especially 3. Now I kept my Rebirth covers there in the other room because I wanted all my Rebirths with the same spine to go together. And I think this is funny because Red Tool, aka Deadpool, talks in his voice balloons are shaped like the tools that he's going to use. So there's a hacksaw and a screw, it looks like. I found him to be a really fun, interesting new character. And I'm also, look at this. This was a great cover. I hope I have this cover somewhere because that's awesome. Oh yeah, Poison Ivy and Power Girl are in this. Yeah, this is great. I need to reread this. Yeah. Thanks for telling me. Abe Vigoda. Mr. Tex will be right back. Abe Vigoda was Fish on Barney Miller, right? And here's our buddy Gabe. What up, Gabe?
Yo. What's up, everybody?
I've been vamping for 40 minutes because Lou got called away because of baby duty.
Good old baby duty. Probably baby duty.
Probably baby duty. Yeah. So I've just been answering questions in the chat.
Cool. Well, Jess, thanks for fielding that.
Sure. What you sent the thing about Darkseid and Zack Snyder, right?
Right.
What can you tell us what context that was, or did you just see just that?
It's just a video. It's like a quick 15-minute video or 15-second video. It's a very short video that does nothing. It's one of those those videos of incoming transmission. It's all jittery.
Oh yeah.
And then it says something about Darkseid. It legitimately says Darkseid, like New Gods Darkseid, Darkseid.
EID. Yeah.
I prefer E, but not for Darkseid. But yeah. And then a series of dates at the end of April, and that's it. There's some talking, I think, in it, but it's just jittery talking.
Where did you find that?
Instagram.
Oh. And do you subscribe? Do you follow Zack Snyder for that, or was it?
No, it's some other random account that I came across or something.
I don't follow enough comic accounts.
I don't think you don't do anything really on Instagram.
Who, me?
Yeah,
I post once a week.
That's not okay. So that's
I guess
in
that's fair.
social media terms, that's nothing.
Okay, yeah, I guess I don't do anything.
Yeah, you don't do a lot, but whatever. Who cares, right? But
It's okay.
no, but it's not like we don't have Wizard Magazine or we don't have like dedicated comic book news sites. Even like most YouTube channels and stuff like that are not 100% dedicated to like comic book news. It'll be like, oh, MCU information or anything like that, right? That all gets lost in the shuffle and becomes more important because it's going to get the more clicks and the more eyes, right?
Oh,
Same thing that happened with Wizard. Same thing that happened to Wizard Magazine. Like, my collection of Wizard magazines, I could see what happens as my collection starts to fade down, is it becomes more and more movie centric. Like all the covers are just like photographs of from Spider-Man or the X-Men movie or this or that, right? And
thank you.
and more of the articles.
James.
Yeah, I have it posted on our thing. I was looking for it in our chat, and I was going to play it.
I only saw the picture that you that I showed everybody that you had in the chat.
It should have been a whole video.
I didn't know that. I just thought it was a picture. Let's see. I think I just had it up. Let's see.
I'm
Blah,
going to
blah,
pull up
blah.
our
Okay,
chat,
here
but
it
there's a
is.
lot of stuff on there that we don't want people to see.
Yeah, see, I'm tapping on it and nothing's happening.
No? Dang. Maybe I did it wrong.
You got it from a place with a green sea.
Oh, no, that's not the video. No, I sent it earlier.
Oh. I didn't see that then. I see.
That's the one that's on our Instagram as well.
I see Tom King.
Okay, so you got to go a little bit back. It's like earlier this morning.
Oh, this morning. You to dress your age. Zelda, Robot Chicken.
That's our chat.
Oh, Zack Snyder. Okay. Okay.
I don't know if anybody can hear it. Let me see.
Okay. I did not even see that this morning.
Oh, I don't want to log in. Stupid Instagram.
Hey, YP, what up? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Jesse, say what? What's up? To Catch a Predator's Funniest Predators. Now, I didn't see that one. I need to go back and see that. I don't know what I should do with Lou here. He had to go do something.
You know what? I'm just going to kick him out for now.
Oh, here's Candace. I haven't seen Candace in forever. How you doing, Candace? If Snyder really wanted to grab attention, he'd pour some fries on that Darkseid shake. I think we know what she's asking for.
You looking for the fry video?
Yeah, I'm not good at this.
The hot one?
I think it was just the old typical one. Do we still have it?
No, the hot chick pouring the fries on her, like that got taken down.
Oh,
but we do have
Candace wants it. Hey, Candace, I haven't seen you in forever. How have you been? What are you up to? What's going on? Here's Super Laugh Hard. More Superman Omnibus books. What's that from? Are we actually getting those, Steve? Was that an announcement, or do you think that's what Darkseid? What that was? Fries.
Good old fries.
Okay.
No, I mean, maybe Snyder is going to be involved with and working along for or with Tom King? Because one of the biggest disappointments about the Snyderverse is just that how the whole New God stuff came about. Like it, outside of the Snyder cut, like we didn't get Darkseid, we didn't get like any of the cool fourth world characters that would probably lead us into more of a fourth world stuff, if
Yeah.
Scott Free or anything of the sorts like that. So maybe they're putting him in charge of that. Because Tom King, speaking of Tom King, we're gonna be doing Tom King tonight. He was writing a script with, I forgot the name of the woman. I forgot the woman's name that was directing it. They were writing the script together, and then that got axed. Like when all the kerfuffle was happening with Discovery and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So maybe
Oh, a Mr. Miracle script.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But now I think they've got him working on Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
Right. So maybe Zack Snyder is going to take over and be able to do fourth world stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm just hoping because it's Darkseid and it's Darkseid.
Darkseid is. Candace, have you seen my I'm going to do a little bit of self-promo here. Have you seen my best books of 2022? Because I just put it up like last week. So that's what's new with me. And also I have a realtor that is now on my show. I just ran into her at Safeway today.
Not talking about real estate.
No, we talk about comic books. She's into it.
I wonder if there's a manga about real estate.
Oh, I think you're gonna have to narrow it down. It's like furry prison wall realty manga director with antlers on his head that gets reincarnated as a slug.
It has to save the world again.
Right. Thank you, James. See, there you go. Candace, you can go right to that. How about the Bendis name check from Tom Taylor's John Kent? I have not. There's a backlog of just to watch. Well, here you can start with this. James did me a favor and is loading you up. Go see this first.
I'm interested in the Bendis name check, Candace. What was that about?
Bendis name check from Tom Taylor's John Kent. I haven't. Is that from the most recent one? I have it, but I don't have it in this room.
Does John Kent complain about Bendis aging him up?
That is hilarious.
Because that's about the only thing that I've really been despised on that Bendis has ever really done that I've read so far.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's really his fault. I feel like maybe editorial did it.
Sure.
But I will say I'm segueing. I'm pivoting. Oh, he does. Oh, is that right? Gabe, what Gabe just joked about is what...
I got to see this. I got to figure this out.
Yeah, you better. Why don't you hunt for that? And then you can share it. I had the best tech support phone call ever today, apropos of nothing, for Verizon, because I keep having problems with FiOS. And so the guy, he's from India, and he got me to, use my, the camera on my phone to show him the back of the router. And he said, "Is that a Batman chair?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And he said, "Oh, can I see it again?" Showed him my Batman chair. He turned out to be a huge comic book fan, loved Batman. I had to reboot my router and it had to sync up with my extender. And I showed him all my whole room in here, and he was just going crazy over it. I showed him all the DC animated movies I have, and he said, "Oh, you need to see Flashpoint Paradox because there's a new what did he say? There's a new movie coming out that has to do with it." And then he said he loves the Spectre short. He talked all about the DC animated movies. while we were waiting for my router to reboot. It was great. It was the most fun I've ever had on a tech support call. Okay, here's Rodimus Prime Rib with my as the leading Hispanic authority in the comics community. Rodimus always challenges me to see if I can pronounce the Spanish questions he sends to me, or Spanish pronunciation test is really what it is. Saludos para el gran omnipero y la barba majestuosa. I'm the grand omnidog. Salutations. La barba, that sounds like shaved-headed la barba, like barber.
No idea. Your guess is as good as mine.
And we don't have Lou or Gio on to help.
Yeah.
La barba majestuosa. What did you say there, Rodimus? And how was my pronunciation? The majestic beard.
Ah.
That is getting pretty majestic there. Where's the, it blends in with your shirt. Where's the end of it? Oh, okay. Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
Gabe is the majestic beard. Sounds like a potential buyer for what? What are we talking about?
Maybe the realtor.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, thank you, Rodimus. I appreciate that. The realtor's digging this book, Square Eyes, and it's pretty trippy, so I'm glad she's digging it. Rick Ray suggested it, but she found it very relaxing to read so far. I don't know if she's going to be able to read it all in time for our next show. We may just need to be putting it into chapters where she just goes over the first third or something. The art is, whoa, the art is really trippy in this.
It's cool.
Yeah, I'm really into it. I just hope it, well, I don't know. She said she was really enjoying it, so we might be able to turn her into a comics fan. I wish I had kept that Justice League Crisis on Two Earths Blu-ray animated movie. Did they take it off of HBO Max?
And what was the Crisis on Two Earths? Which one was that? Why did you want to keep it?
Gabe and Jess, besides the obvious two reasons, pitched to me why I should get the upcoming Power Girl collection.
Her boobs.
Those were the two obvious reasons.
Oh, it wasn't that obvious.
It's written by Jimmy Palmiotti, I think. Let's see. I think I know where they are in the other room. Oh, yeah. He helped me fix the issue. He didn't. Well, actually, he did get me to have a guy come over in a couple weeks. So yeah, you might be right. It's very funny. It's well written because Jimmy Palmiotti. The art is really good. While Gabe looks for Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. It had the Aquaman TV pilot for the CW. Let me see if I can go find Power Girl while you.
That was the one that had what is it? Homeboy that's in the Reacher show now. I think he played Aquaman.
Oh, in the Aquaman TV pilot?
In the pilot for CW, if I remember right. Maybe.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Cool. Yeah, Charles Winston, the new 89 Batmobile from McFarlane dropped today, and it's already sold out on BBTS. All that Batman 89 stuff from McFarlane is going to be it's going to be a hot take. It's going to be hot sellers, I think. I think there's going to be because everything about the Flash movie isn't really so much about the Flash. No one's really talking about Flash. It's Batman 89, Batman 89, Batman 89, Batman 89. That's the only takeaway that people are coming from that trailer. and is like the major selling point, I think, for anybody who wants to see it. So those toys and that awesome looking Batmobile from McFarlane, those things are gonna disappear. The Hot Toys ones that they announced right after that too, whew, it's like $700 for the Batmobile, but it's awesome.
The new 89 Batmobile by McFarlane dropped today, but it's already sold out on BBTS.
Yeah, so we were just talking about.
Oh. This is the book. It's been out of print for a long time. Jeff Johns, Justin Gray, Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Connor, and Paul Mounts. Power Girl is making a fresh start. She's left behind her old life and old Earth to reinvent herself in New York City. As Karen Starr, she's running the newly reopened Starware Labs, one of the most innovative tech companies on Earth. And as Power Girl, she's on the way to becoming the Big Apple's favorite superhero. But is she making her new home a target? The human brain ape body entity known as the Ultra Humanite and his followers have a plan to take control of Power Girl's superhuman body. She, however, won't let herself be brain swapped without a fight. But as Power Girl battles through the skies and streets to save her bulletproof skin, all of New York City could end up becoming collateral damage. Fan favorite creators Justin Gray, Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Connor, and Jeff Johns are all the writing talent in this book. That's a lot of good writers.
That's a heavy hitter list right there.
Yeah, you're right. It really is. And the art is very good, very decent.
It's Amanda Connor for the most part, right? Is it?
Let me see who gets. Amanda Connor's the writer. Okay, she's the artist. And Palmiotti's the inker for Power Trip. It looks like it mostly is her.
Cool.
That's pretty rare nowadays. I mean, she writes more than she draws now, I think. So this is really a treat to get a whole thing of Amanda Connor art, I think. I really dig her art. I love her writing, but I also dig her art.
What's this new collection coming out next week?
I think it's a reprint of this.
Oh, okay.
It's been out of print forever.
I kind of want it now. Super baited me. You totally inceptioned me on this, Jess.
Good. This is something you definitely would dig. This is just old-fashioned, fun superhero antics. Really well written, and I think she has three. Power Girl has 3 trades that I know of, and I think they're all out of print. So that's a good move on DC's part to put this back into print.
Very cool. Look at that. It's like everybody's getting.
Oh, is that the?
That's for the Batmobile. Charles got it at GameStop for $60. Rodimus is sold.
Good, Rodimus.
And Terry says you're the king of comics.
Oh, well, thank you, Terry. Yeah, this has been out of print for a long time.
Oh, man. Well, glad that's coming back.
Yeah, DC's doing people a solid. I'm sure this is something that, let's see. When I got it, it was $30. I'm sure it's being sold for like north of 100 before they announced this on eBay.
Hey, Lou.
Hey, man. Sorry
Lou's
about that.
back in the house. What up, brother?
I apologize.
That's okay. I'll start from the very beginning, and Gabe and I are just going to repeat everything we just said.
Yeah, we think the baby's starting the teething process pretty soon, so it's been
Fun.
difficult to get her to sleep and then keep her asleep lately.
Did you get what I told you to get?
What? I forgot
Baby
what-
Valium? Baby
No.
opioids?
No.
Children's Advil.
God, I wish it would help.
It's the liquid. Yeah, you just give them like a little dropper full, and it takes away the pain.
I'm gonna have to. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting. I keep forgetting it.
You really do yourself a favor and get that stuff. That's the only thing that got us through it.
I'm not looking forward to it.
No, it won't be that bad once you get the children's Advil.
Gotta get your sleep, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's been a rough week so far.
This is the way they did it in the old days.
It is.
Yeah, they rubbed it on your gums. Or you could take 2 shots and then go to bed.
I might do that tonight, actually.
Tasty Melon rubbed whiskey on his gums. Yeah, that was the old school way of doing it. How old are you, Tasty Melon? Well, let's see. Because
he's probably like 15.
30 years ago is when I had to get children's Advil with a prescription, but now you can get it in the stores. So I don't think children's Advil, liquid Advil, has been around that long. I mean, like in the 80s, I don't think it was around. So we were talking about how great Power Girl is. And we talked about Milk and Cheese.
Okay.
And Gabe talked about the 89 Batmobile that's already sold out on BBTS.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
You're on level 47.
It's not too bad, Tasty Melon. You still got a few levels to go.
Yeah, you do. Just watch out for that boss at the end. Very tough to beat.
So we not spoken about Tom King?
No, we did touch on Zack Snyder, something with Darkseid, but we haven't talked about Tom King at all.
Okay.
Fire away.
So yeah, I think Tom King is arguably one of the best working today. I think his strengths are most assuredly that short format, especially those 8 to 12 issue stories that he tends to do a lot better. I was not the biggest fan of his Batman run, but I know you guys really enjoyed it, and you guys really, really loved certain parts of it. I enjoyed certain parts of it. Other parts of it I'm kind of a little bit cool on, but I think he really started to get his sea legs with, what was it, Sheriff of Babylon, wasn't it?
Maybe. I think Vision, maybe.
I feel like there was a summer, or like when all of a sudden it was the Vision, Sheriff of Babylon, and the Omega Men all came out at once. It seemed like.
That's right. 1
from Marvel and 2 from DC, and everybody. Maybe that was the summer of 2017. Maybe
2015 is when Omega Men came out.
2015. Okay. When did has Omega Men gotten a deluxe yet?
Yeah, I think it did.
That deserves an absolute. If there's
Omega Men,
yes, 100%. I think that book deserves an absolute edition.
Such an underrated, under the radar book too.
Yeah,
like and it starts off at the bang. I mean, it's Kyle Rayner, so that's the main reason I originally picked it up. But it just starts at the bang, and it's Tom King. He always starts off his stories with some kind of really like insane moment.
Yeah, like Mr. Miracle.
Exactly.
But I feel, but I don't really remember hearing about him, and then all of a sudden, like he was there with like Vision and Sheriff of Babylon, and then Omega Men, I guess, got more publicity because of those other 2 books. But I feel like he did something else before he was handed Batman.
Yeah.
What did he? Let's see. Vision was Marvel.
It was really that summer though that you just mentioned that everybody was like, "Whoa, Tom King."
Yeah, because he didn't get on my radar until Vision. I was like, "Who was this guy, and where did he come from?"
Yeah, I think it was that summer that it felt like that's when he just burst upon the scene in those collected editions, because we're always a little bit behind, or I am anyway. I will speak for myself because I don't get things until they're collected. So I never knew about those Vision individual issues or Sheriff of Babylon.
There's Grayson. He was doing Grayson around 2015.
Oh yeah, with Tim Seeley.
That's a good run.
That is a good run. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's underappreciated.
Comics by Perch posted about the Bendis John Kent. Had to look in my browser history. Okay, so we need to look. Candace was saying that John Kent said something in the most recent issue about Bendis aging him up. So I want to see this. Comics by Perch. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I still think that aging up was a mistake.
I think they should age him back down. Gabe, have you? This is, I think, a reference to the Thanos statue I sent into the chat last night.
Oh yeah, I posed for that statue. I know all about it.
Did you look at that, Lou? That Thanos statue?
No, I didn't get a chance to see it.
Oh, it was last night. I'll send it again. It was from another chat. It was something from China, because everything's made in China, and this was a very odd Thanos statue. I genuinely believe it was real. Let's see.
I wouldn't believe it being. I wouldn't doubt it's real or not.
Okay, I'll forward it to the chat right now.
So, what are you guys' favorite Tom King books? Like if you had to rank them, just off the top of your head, since we're kind of talking all things Tom King, I still think, for me, it's a toss-up between Mr. Miracle and Vision.
That's a hard one to choose between.
Yeah,
mine is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Damn.
I just finished that, and I can see why, because that's probably my number 2. It's that good.
I'm gonna go with Vision. That's the book that just like it's one of those things where he does great work when he's given like nobody characters, and Vision was like the first time I seen him do that, and he just ran away with that series.
Oh yeah, Adam Strange with Strange Adventures.
Yep. The only time he's ever really did a big book was Batman, and then I guess like that Heroes in Crisis kind of thing. Really, he usually stays a little bit kind of away from things.
Yeah. Books 3 and 4 of the oversized hardcovers of Batman by Tom King are 2 of my most favorite. They're in my top 5 Batman books. Okay. I love both those books. Every issue in them, I think, is super well written and super interesting and fun and right on time. Yeah, both there they are. Both of those were so great. The double date was so great.
I love the double date issue. Yeah. It's so good. It's great.
But yeah, I said when I did my books of 2022, my favorite books, that I thought Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow was Tom King's his best work ever. And I've liked.
I need to grab it like immediately.
If you can, I think it's back ordered everywhere.
Oh yeah, because of the movie announcement.
But it's coming back out.
Sure.
I think it's due to be reprinted in April. It's coming back out. But what was my point? I have liked everything that he's written. Heroes in Crisis, obviously, I feel like Ed Brubaker with Deadly Genesis. I feel like it was editorial mandating some nonsense. Mm-hmm. But Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, I just thought gave us such an interesting new character for Kara to be, because she'd had teenage issues, she'd have amnesia issues. She was a Red Lantern. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was the best.
Yeah, when Charles Soule turned her into a Red Lantern, that was awesome. But we've never seen her undergo like a crisis of confidence or feel like she was tired of being in Superman's shadow and questioning her purpose and going to a red sun planet on purpose to get drunk and just feel bad for herself. I felt like that was really relatable for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Sometimes we've just had it, and we sort of want to just feel sorry for ourselves, you know, hot fudge sundae in the bathtub with a bottle of tequila or whatever. And that's how I used to do it. And now it's just the hot fudge sundae. But I think he helped make her really relatable. And I think the Minister of Comics told me it was his opinion, and I can see this, that it was kind of like True Grit, where the young woman wanted revenge and she hires Rooster Cogburn, aka Supergirl, to seek out the man who had committed the crime, or the being, or whatever.
It's a trade paperback?
Yeah.
Okay. It's available on IST.
Sure.
Oh, it's available right now?
Yeah.
That's a great pickup.
It's like less than $12.
Guys, that is a fantastic pickup. You need to pick this. Yeah, that's a great read.
$11.59 on in stock.
Had I read this last year, it would have been on my Omni somewhere. It would have been on my best of the end of the year list. It was that good.
I need to pick it up because I really want to read the Strange Adventures, but I'm not hearing a lot about it. But I'm hearing a lot about Supergirl, even before the movie announcement.
Listen, Strange Adventures, great read as well.
I think I'm just going to grab Supergirl first.
Strange Adventures is just, it's a weird exploration on war and what war does to people and the ongoing conflict of war, and I think it's brilliant. And
Awesome.
I think it's it's coming from Tom King, who he served in the military.
Oh, he was a spy, bro.
Yeah. So he has firsthand account of that.
He's
stuff.
no joke. He's a super nice guy too.
But
so yeah, everybody, the link to in stock trades for Supergirl is in the chat. So.
That's great that they still have it, because a lot of other places were like, it's not coming back until, I think even the Big A has said it's not coming until April. So it's great that IST has it.
Grab it. I'm gonna grab it this week.
I liked how Mr. Terrific was really. Gabe brought up the point how he shines when he shines the spotlight on this, like the B and like the C and D characters. I think that's what Tom Taylor's really good at too, especially in like Deceased, showing when you can highlight a C and D list character and make them interesting, like Tom King does with Mr. Terrific and Adam Strange, and made them both really compelling in that book. That was such a great book. Strange Adventures. It shows. Now I just ordered that from our sponsor. I want to get that.
I love Tom King stuff. Like you said earlier, I don't think I've ever read a bad book of his. Identity Crisis was a swing and a miss, but I think everybody's came out and said that was.
You mean that was Heroes in Crisis?
Heroes in Crisis, yeah. Excuse me. That was more of like an editorial thing, but still, your name's on it. You put it out. It is what it is. But he's a heavy hitter. He swings for the fences, and he always nails everything he does.
That is unfortunately I think the weakest of his stuff. And like you said, Gabe, it's editorial. That book, you just feel it reading that book. That this doesn't even feel like it's a Tom King book. This feels like a lot of people got their hands into this.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were saying even with Mr. Terrific and the way he like writes him and stuff like that, and or how Tom Taylor does the same thing with like D-list characters. It made me kind of just think for a second: is it the writers, or is it that they're doing, or that they were given access to characters that nobody cares what they do with them, so they can do cool stuff and not be stuck in a box? I wonder.
What's his name? I always forget his name. He wrote Flintstones.
Mark Russell.
Mark Russell. I don't know why I can remember his name. He just did a mini series where it was Red Tornado opening up a hiring agency for like C-list superheroes. And it's a great read. It's really fun.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
Huh?
What's the name of that book?
And Power Girl's trying to steal it from him under his nose.
Power Girl.
I can't remember the name of the book. Hold on.
Is it current or is this like an older book we're talking about?
No, this came out like last year, like a year or two ago.
It did?
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard of it. Yeah, Mark Russell's great too.
But One Star Squadron. That's the name of the book.
One Star Squadron.
Yeah. It's a literal dude.
How did I not hear about this? Because just going from all star to 1 star is hilarious.
It's literally Red Tornado has started a superhero agency for like D and C list villains where he hires them out to parties and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, Power Girl is trying to steal it from under. It's so much fun. It's a great read.
Let's see. Is it at In Stock Trades? 1 Star Squad Run, because I might add it to my order. 1 Star Squadron.
The tagline is 1 Star Squadron, meet DC's superhero team where heroism meets capitalism.
It's always those strange ensemble books that are great.
This looks great. Thank you for telling me about it, Lou.
It's
I'm
a lot
adding
of
it
fun.
to my list, adding it to my order.
That's great.
That is awesome. I love Mark Russell, and I love Power Girl trying to steal something from Red Tornado. That's awesome.
Another just kind of out of nowhere example of like great Tom King work. What about that Batman Elmer Fudd one shot?
Oh yeah,
Like that was not supposed to be a good book. Like that was not supposed to be like, you know, books that people cared
that was
about.
the Looney Tunes book.
Right, it was those Looney Tune crossover one shots they did. But this one was fantastic. Like it's like stop, Tom King. Leave something for everybody else. Like he just even goes over and does like this like one-shot Elmer Fudd book, and it turns into this awesome noir like crime story.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, his best one shot is I think it's a toss up. He did a one shot with Swamp Thing during his Batman run that was great.
Oh yeah,
that was really good.
Was that in the like the holiday special or the spring special? Something. It was in some kind of. I have it in the next room. It was in like the winter special or something. Yeah. It was really good.
It was really good. It was that, and the other one shot was the whole "This Is Your Life" Bruce Wayne, where he does end up marrying Catwoman, and it flash forwards, and we get bits and pieces of their life and stuff like that. Yeah, and they eventually get old together, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful send off to the character. If he wanted to end a Batman story, he did it there. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah. I think Tom King's entire Batman run was fantastic, besides that small segment of the wedding stuff.
I blame DC for that too, for overhyping it, because it contains that's like the real truth. That wedding issue contains the real truth of their relationship. When Selina's sister tells her why she didn't think Batman would ever get married and be happy and stuff. And I mean, and then it's just one panel of Selina looking up and going, what? Like she had never considered it. Why Batman can't be happy, why he can't get married, why he needs he can't just take a few days off and go to the beach. That's just not Batman. He's driven by that one thing in his past. And I thought it was great that he was able to be that Tom King gave him some semblance of a normal life with Selina for a while. But I think the problem with that was that wedding issue was taken way out of context. Yeah. Nobody had a chance to catch up with it yet in the collected edition community. And if you just read it by itself, it was out of context. And really, I can see why people would be angry at it and just say, what the hell is this? taken in the broader context of issues 1 through 80 or whatever, it made perfect sense. And the art was great, and Selena was great. And I have a statue of Selena in that wedding dress, which is how much I liked it. But I don't think DC did him any favors by pulling that out and putting so much emphasis on it when it was hard to. It made more sense in the grand scheme of the book.
Yeah, I think it hurt it more than it did to help it.
I agree.
It did. I mean, you had him on Seth Meyers talking about, they're getting married and everything like that, and that hurt the book. There's no denying it, because a lot of people after were like, I'm dropping this.
Well, it built it up to a standard that it couldn't promise.
Exactly.
Like, it was writing checks it couldn't cash.
Exactly.
You know,
there was good stuff after that too. That I think a lot of people, if you get through the wedding stuff, if you're not crazy about it, there's a lot of good stuff after that involving Bane, especially. If you're a fan of Bane, there is a really good amount of stuff in there.
Well, I mean, like, you know, there's so much stuff that happens after. Isn't that the Kite Man stuff like after that too? I don't remember, but there's a lot of stuff. A lot of the Swamp Thing stuff is after that.
I think Kite Man is before that.
Is it before that? But I think a lot of the Swamp Thing stuff is after that. There's so much that happens after that, and just that goes down the road. It's just the entire run has like this stigma on it because of that. And again, it's not Tom King's fault. It wasn't a bad issue. It just didn't deliver on a promise that DC made.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where like retailers got burned on it hard. Because they ordered so many copies because it was going to be a wedding, right? Stores did like their own exclusives. Stores went way out of their normal like purchasing. And then when you find out, they didn't really get married, it just killed any sell. That totally killed the sales for that book. Nobody wanted it. They would have gotten married. Yeah, that book would have sold out. But they didn't. So everyone's like, well, I'm not gonna buy it.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like maybe a what if. I would love to see what that dynamic would be. You know,
like, them married.
Yeah.
Well, I think we get that with the old age issue.
Yeah, but I'd like to see 12 issues of that. See what their life would really be like.
That's I guess. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like them in their prime.
Yeah.
Like their honeymoon phase. Isn't that what Batman Catwoman is? I thought.
I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
Catwoman just rags on him because he leaves the toilet seat up and stuff like that. He's in the Batcave pretending he's working on the Batmobile just to get away from the family. Stuff like
that. I sort of had hoped they did get married and we'd see 5 or 6 issues of what would it be like if Bruce Wayne actually could relax. It would really be neat. Oh, thanks, Jimmy.
Jimmy Owens is a $5 super chat. Sending love and regards. Can't stay long. Busy. Hope you are all well.
Staying busy.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Good, Jimmy. Thanks.
Well, I hope staying busy is a good thing. I like being busy. I'm a kind of a busybody person. I always need something to do.
YP has a good point right after Jimmy's comment.
I think King's Batman has a lot of nuance and needs to be read straight through. I read it as it was coming out and collected OHC and thought it wasn't that good, but then reread it and enjoyed it more.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I didn't like his first like opening salvo, like his first like couple of issues. I was like, did Tom King really just whiff on Batman? Because the whole beginning where he's like guiding the plane.
I Am Suicide, that whole arc.
Whatever, yeah, the whole thing was like, Alfred, do you think my parents would think I've had a good death? Like all that kind of stuff. I was like, But then as it went on, it made sense. Like it's okay. So it's him going through all these different emotions of like I am suicide, and everything else that's going through it with I am Bane and him being broken as a person and all that kind of stuff. It made sense, but at first I was just like, I don't know. The David Finch art's pretty, but this kind of whiny Batman isn't doing it for me.
It kind of feels like he was finding his footing as he was writing it, and the deeper you get into it, the better it gets.
Absolutely. I mean, if that 5th volume hardcover wasn't so expensive, I don't have it. I'm so I only have the first 4, but I want to get the rest of them and just be able to just do like YP and just kind of read through it.
The 5th one's out of print.
That one's a pricey book.
I mean, Gabe, I'm pretty sure it's on the DC Unlimited app, man.
Oh, yeah, sure, I mean, I can read it either way, one way or the other, but still, it's still just a good run. Like I was reading it in singles. Like he did a couple signings with Torpedo with us. He came out a few times, him and Mitch Jared. So I was reading it through as it was going on. I mean, all the stuff that was going on with like Bane. There's some spoilers I don't want to get into, but just like once it all starts crescendos,
Bane Island or whatever it was, that was so great,
and it's all revealed of like what this big scheme was and all that stuff. It's like, come on,
yeah,
it's a pyramid scheme, isn't it?
It's a pyramid scheme.
Pyramid. It's a multi-level marketing scheme.
But yeah, I mean, just like you said, sometimes you gotta just kind of read it all the way through, and I think that's how just comics are in general these days. Because we're not really given. Sure, we've always had story arcs that went for a long time, but what's been lost is the satisfaction of every issue being like a kind of full-on story, but that still continues an ongoing story, right? So things are written for trades these days, anyways. But yeah, that's a situation with that.
I'm trying to think if we missed anything, or I don't know that we talked enough about Mr. Miracle, about what how it's really about marriage, and it's not and parenting, how it's not so much a superhero book, but it's more about the balance, the delicate balance of that marriages and parenthood is, and Scott Free's depression and desire to end his life. Dropped off after that. Yeah, and somebody said earlier, Donnie, keep hearing that Tom King's writing is all about depression and trauma, which makes me less excited to read his work. I wouldn't say it's all about that. He's not afraid to show like
them being human, humanizing them.
Adam Strange has lost memory in the fog of war. His memories don't exactly line up with the facts.
Yeah.
Mr. Miracle starts out with, pretty brutally.
Yeah. I remember reading that first issue and going, I don't know if I want to keep reading this. Not even the first. I think it's like in the first 4 or 5 pages.
I think it's the opening shot.
Yeah,
if I recall correctly.
It's
but yeah, he's not afraid. It's not all about depression and PTSD and stuff, but I mean, he's not afraid to show the human side of these characters, which makes them relatable to us. I think it doesn't. None of that stuff ever brings me down necessarily, because I feel like he shows the character's resilience and
their perseverance and how they grow.
Yeah, we see a lot of character growth in there, and so that I'm not.
I can see where Donnie's coming from. You want a slice of life kind of story. I get it. Life is life.
He deals with a lot of really dark themes.
Yeah.
But I never feel like I'm just like, oh my God, and just wallowing in this sadness throughout the whole thing.
Or being preached to about it. Or
Right. This isn't like Jimmy Corrigan where I'm watching somebody's boring ass life flash before their eyes. And I'm like, dude,
Jimmy Corrigan.
Jesus. Yeah, please find something to do with your life.
Jimmy Corrigan. Oh man.
No, but King. So Tom King does deal with. I think if we can't say anything, he does touch on a lot of mental illness stuff.
Yeah.
Like in his books, they deal with a lot of mental illness and a lot of stuff that I would assume is very personal to him, considering his background in the military and things like that. I think if you want to start with something that's a little bit more kind of veers away from a lot of that stuff, start with Sheriff of Babylon, which is more of a war story than anything else.
Yeah. I feel like the other books require you to have a little bit of prior knowledge. Like I would not have been, I would have been a little bit lost in Omega Men had I not known what I know about Green Lantern. Same with Vision. Mr. Miracle, same thing with his relationship with Big Barda. So I think that you're, Rorschach.
I never finished that.
Rorschach was great, and not like the TV series was copying Alan Moore. To buy the avoidable Squirrel Girl. If it's avoidable,
you don't need to buy it.
What are you buying it for then, Rodimus? We kind of forgot to talk about Rorschach. Rorschach was you know what? I need to read that again because I'm still not sure how I feel about Rorschach. It dealt with so many things in there, like the introduction of Frank Miller, the thinly disguised introduction of him, and the other things. It was, I don't know. That part of me thinks it's brilliant, and part of me thinks it's not brilliant. So I need to reread that. I have to set up a whole Tom King section in the other room just so I can have it easily accessible, because I need to reread Rorschach. I don't think I've read it enough. What did you think of Rorschach, Lou? Did you read it or did you not read it?
I read the first issue and then I quickly fell off of it. It just didn't do anything for me. Was that during the time where they were putting out a whole bunch of those before Watchmen books?
No, that was fairly recent.
That was past that. Right?
That was
this was like 2021.
Right,
I feel like.
Right. Because Azzarello's the one that did the Rorschach story during that time. Okay. Yeah, I read the first issue and I was like, well, this is interesting, but I'm not sticking through it. I think it's because of the fact that anything involving Watchmen at this point, I'm just like, if it's not the TV show, and if it's not the original Alan Moore work, and if it's not what Darwin Cook did, and I don't really care too much about it.
Yeah, it was an odd take on the whole thing. I need to really go back and read that now.
Yeah, I'm the same way with Rorschach. I didn't read it because I don't want to read any more Watchmen stuff.
I
have not feel of Watchmen. That's not out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the TV show I think said all that needed to be said. The TV show is oh my god. And I think out of all the before Watchmen stuff, I think the Darwin Cook stuff was the strongest because Cook understood the characters because he's that old-timey guy, or he was that old-timey guy. And what he wrote, which was basically the prequel series of the
Minutemen.
The Minutemen, and there was another one.
Silk Spectre.
Was it Silk Spectre?
No, wait, Silk Spectre was Amanda Connor. But I think it was Darwin Cook that wrote it.
Darwin Cook wrote it. Amanda Connor did the art in it.
Yeah.
And it was basically a young Silk Spectre in her life and stuff like that. And
the original Silk Spectre, the mom.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Minutemen and how that fleshed out into the main Watchmen story really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need any more Watchmen.
I feel like Gabe and I are still the only two people in America that liked that before Watchmen series.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, I liked every series except for like the really like short ones, like the Moloch one. And the pirate one, I forgot whatever it was, but like most of those series were great.
I really enjoyed those.
They had some of the best writers on there. Like J. Michael Straczynski did Dr. Manhattan.
Is that the one that Adam Hughes drew?
I think so.
That's because I had him sign some of those before Watchmen books when I came out to Torpedo.
Brian Azzarello with the Comedian, he did Rorschach. There was some, most of those series were bangers. I mean, there's probably one or two that didn't land with me, but for the most part, they were all great.
Yeah, I didn't hate it like lots.
I thought I was going to hate it, but it was like, oh man, this is all really good stuff.
Yeah, the talent involved in it really made me want to read it.
Well, that they were smart enough to go, okay, who are our best writers, who are our best artists of this time period? When did that was like what, 2014, 15?
Something like that, probably.
Something like that, right? Because Cook was still
Yeah.
around. It was 14, 15, I think. So they were smart enough to go, if we're gonna do this, we need our best teams to get on this. You know, we're not gonna put Steve Orlando on the Minutemen. So
2012.
was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh my God. Wow, it's been over 10 years.
Yep.
Holy shit.
That was Joe Kubert's last work. He was doing the Owlman series with his kids.
Oh wow, that's right.
So let's see, there was Minutemen, Silk Spectre. Those are the Darwin Cook ones. Comedian by Brian Azarel and J.G. Jones. I thought that was Lee Bermejo for some reason. Night Owl. That was J. Michael Straczynski, Andy and Joe Kubert. Ozymandias by Lynn Wein and Jay Lee.
Lane Wayne.
And Wayne.
Rorschach. Rorschach is Brian Azarel and Lee Bermejo. So Lee Bermejo did Rorschach.
This is Omar's worst nightmare. Lane Wayne and Rorschach in the same sentence.
Dr. Manhattan was J. Michael Straczynski and Adam Hughes. Moloch was J. Michael Straczynski and Eduardo Russo. Dollar Bill was Lynn Wein and Steve Rude. Yeah.
Tell you what, would you guys like to revisit at least the Minutemen stuff for next week?
Sure.
I'd reread that whole series.
Yeah.
You guys be down to read at least Minutemen, the Darwin Cook one, for next week?
Sure.
I think it'd be fun. I haven't read it since it first came out.
You should just do one a week before Watchmen.
I'm down for
that. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. I think it needs to be alongside something else, because if it's just before Watchmen, we're not going to get any viewers. We need to have like another fun game from you, Lou.
No, yeah, no. It'll be supplemental. We can figure something else out.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fine. I'd love to revisit those. I haven't read them since I got them in deluxes.
Oh, Lars, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, Doomsday's Clock was a disaster. I forgot about that.
Doomsday Clock.
Yeah,
oh,
with Jeff Johns.
Oh my God! Yeah, I remember.
And
that.
how it's supposed to be the Watchmen coming into the universe, DC universe, and all the speculation that Dr. Manhattan created it.
That wasn't that delayed for like years.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Because it first started with the initial relaunch after the New 52 with the button.
Oh my God, I remember that now. Yeah, where Batman finds the button in his in the Bat Cave.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it took forever to get that thing done, and then by the time it happened, it was like
nobody gave a shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was like, wait, what's this got to do with where they are now? And John Kent's been aged up, and Damian's already 45 years old, according to this timeline. What's happening here?
It's like watching Green Day play all their recent stuff, and then you're like, but where's Dookie?
Yeah.
Get to what we really came here for, man.
Yeah. Watchmen was so good. So good.
Talk about a swing. I do like that Jeff Johns kind of just been low key lately doing his image stuff. And after Three Jokers, it was I'm just happy.
Oh, he's still doing a lot of movies and TV shows. I've been listening to Mark Miller's podcasts on YouTube. Where he just interviews. Yeah. Well, it's like a YouTube channel where it's just him like interviewing, his friends. But it's like Jeff Johns, it's Rob Liefeld, it's Bendis,
probably
Dan
not
Grant
Morrison,
Greg Capullo. Yeah, so it's all good stuff.
Did you say not Grant Morrison?
Yeah.
Do they not like each other?
They had a big falling out. I remember they were on that episode of Simpsons together, and I think shortly after that, I forget what happened. I think maybe somebody in the chat told me, or maybe Gabe knows. They had a big falling out regarding credit for something. Somebody didn't get the proper credit they thought they were due from the other one. I can't remember, but they were they were BFFs, and it came to a big crashing halt.
Yeah. Mark Miller, man. I don't know.
His Magic Order stuff is really good. I think
Is
you
it?
like it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I tried reading Nemesis when it first came out. Oh my god, that was terrible.
That was the first time I think I heard anybody use the word edgelord or something. I mean, it was so edgy for the sake of being edgy.
Yeah.
He was like edgelord did it out or something. But the Magic Order, if you like magic and occult stuff, which I do, it's really well written. And he seems to be having fun again, where I feel like Nemesis and Hit Girl Volume 2 were like he was not happy with his life or something. Because those were just awful.
I liked his Jupiter's Legacy stuff.
Oh, yeah. I like that too.
I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic stuff.
Oh, the credit for an issue of Authority, says Lars.
And apparently Grant Morrison gave Mark Miller the idea for the ending of Superman Red Son.
Really?
Oh, really?
I love that ending.
Yeah, I did too. I loved everything about Red Son.
Yeah.
That's one I haven't read in a long time.
Red Son is really good. I mean, you just gotta, it's an Elseworld sale. You gotta accept it what it is. Man.
Sure. I remember reading it when it first came out.
Yeah. So for those of you that have never heard of Superman Red Son, the general pitch is what would happen if Kal-El, Clark Kent, did not land on Mom and Pa Kent's farm, but landed in Soviet Russia during the height of the Cold War. And it's so good. It's so much fun.
It is really good. Do you think, I wonder if they could work that into this new Gunverse?
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're doing Elseworld stuff.
I would love to see
like the Matt Reeves Batman and the Joker. That's all they said that's in like an Elseworlds.
That's Russian smart. Batman is awesome. I love Russian Batman.
Yeah, it's great. I forgot. Candace calls it a starter kit. I have one of the Before Watchmen. I got it when Jess did a starter kit for DC Rebirth. I can't remember what one did I suggest, Candace?
Well, it had been Before Watchmen going into the Rebirth hardcover thing or whatever it was.
Yeah. I can't. I'll have to go back and watch my own thing because I forgot.
James, get on that.
Yeah, James, what am I talking about? Help me out here. Yeah, so a lot of these books can be found at InStockTrades.com where you can get your collected editions. I was telling Lou before Gabe got on the air that I got a Marvel Masterworks of Spider-Woman for 82% off.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was brand new. So it just showed up on my wish list one day that it went from 40% off to 80% off. That was awesome. So you never know where you're going to get it in StockTrades.com. At the end of every month, the last Monday of every month, we give away a free $50 gift card courtesy of InStockTrades.com. Good for $50 at InStockTrades.com. Don't forget your 2%. Extra 2% loyalty discount there at InStock Trades. $50 or more in an order in the United States gets you free shipping, which is crazy. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Yeah, all the good books we talked about today, we found on there.
What's that?
All the stuff we were talking about, we were able to find on there today. One Star Squadron, Supergirl.
I was really surprised with the Supergirl one. I feel like everybody said it was out of print already.
So maybe we can end on this or whatever, but what character or book would you want to see Tom King work on?
Ooh, he's doing Wonder Woman now.
Yeah, he's gonna do Wonder Woman next.
I'm gonna say before anybody else does, Daredevil.
That'd be good.
Especially, like we were talking about earlier, how he likes to do a lot of like character developing stories, mental illness and stuff.
That'd be
That's
very
Daredevil written all over
Matter Eater lad.
it.
You laugh, but I bet Tom King could get a very heartbreaking story out of Matter Eater lad if he tried.
Oh, totally. And James Gunn loves Matter Eater lad.
Jess, better go out and get that first appearance. It's also the first appearance.
I know, you're
First
right.
appearance of Pharaoh lad.
Yeah.
Well, we just found out that he's directing Superman, so. But I think everybody was like, of course he's going to.
I thought that was already obvious. I don't know.
Oh, Constantine, or rather Constantine.
Ooh.
My American exceptionalism got in the way of that one. Sorry.
No,
Constantine, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good question, Gabe. I'm trying to think.
That is. I wonder if he. Okay, no. No. How about the Flash? Like a Barry Allen Flash, or
can we get him to redeem Wally West?
Oh yeah, I guess people would be afraid of that because of that.
Give him a Wally story.
I'm thinking of just DC. He sure wrote a great Superman book. When Bendis wrote Batman and Tom King wrote Superman.
I want to get that book. I want to get that book so bad.
Really good books.
Martian Manhunter.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I just want to see him. Just him. I was going to see Mitch Garrett drawn Martian Manhunter just sitting with his like slippers on, eating Oreos in front of like the TV.
Did you see they're doing a Batman? They're doing a Joker story next. Him and Mitch Garrett's.
Who and Mitch Garrett's?
Tom King.
Oh, I thought he was jumping onto Wonder Woman. He's doing a Joker story? What'd you say?
I think they're doing a Joker story. I thought Mitch Garrett's was teasing that the other day on Twitter. I don't know who he's doing Wonder Woman with. I don't know who King is doing Wonder Woman with, though.
That was just announced a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's not Mitch Garrett. It's somebody's. It's like a newer name.
Yeah, that's doing the art.
I'm pretty sure him and Garrett's are doing
Joker as well.
Joker story where I think the pitch that they said was, what if year one wasn't the first time that Batman met Joker or something like that, something along those lines. Mitch Garrett draws a mean looking Joker. I will give that. He posted a preview image and I'm like, ooh.
Huh. Oh, Candace says it was the Night Owl Dr. Manhattan volume of Before Watchmen. Ah, okay. Thank you. Thank you for watching my videos, Candace. I appreciate that. I want to say Justice League Dark because I'd want to see him do more Swamp Thing. Then you get Wonder Woman and Constantine Tyne and maybe Deadman and Zatanna and Dr. Fate. So it'd be 12 issues.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm standing by that.
That's a good choice.
And Detective Chimp, of course, who's the glue that holds the whole thing together.
You need Detective Chimp in there. Come on.
Yeah. McFarlane's really pissing me off. No Detective Chimp figure? Come on. There are like dozens of us. Holy smoke.
Yeah, Eamon, we were talking about earlier. Tom King was in the CIA.
Yeah. He was in Iraq.
He was an anti-terrorist target during the height of it. So I'm ready to go if you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that Tom King Daredevil book.
Let's promote tomorrow nights at 8:00 on this channel. Real manga, fake manga, starring the champion team of Lou and Dog, Omnidog, versus Geo and that guy Riley. That's tomorrow at 8.
That doesn't seem like a fair team up at all.
What do you mean, man?
Riley and Geo know every manga, whether it's fake or not.
Well, that's true. Fortunately, they're the one asking us if it's.
Okay. I was like, wow, dude, that's. That's like going up against like Ronnie Coleman, full on Trent and Decca.
That's part of the fun, though. That you know, being at the disadvantage. Well, yeah, too. Being the underdogs of the whole story. That's part of the fun.
Yeah. And they can't bring in a ringer. It has to be those two. Peace and love to their ringer, but I'll have you know, I have 4 manga books. 3 of them are big booby books.
Yeah.
I have one. Riley sent me the first volume of Gigant. Then the next 2 are something about, are those barbells heavy or something?
Are the barbells you lift even heavy?
Yeah,
something like that.
And then I have a real manga that I have to read with Kristen at some point. Cats of the Louvre.
Jess, it's time for you to get into Berserk or Akira.
I tried Berserk. That was the one thing I tried 3 years ago or whenever, 4 years ago. 50 feet of manga in my local B&N since a remodel.
Of course, that's all that sells. There'll probably be like one rolling cart of like Marvel and DC stuff.
Yeah. Candace, do you mind telling us I don't want you to tell us what city, but what state are you in? What state still has a Barnes & Noble? Because I don't think there's anything around me.
Oh, I got 2 within like 10 miles of me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a B&N. I don't think there's one around me at all. I got a second Charles.
I'm the same as Gabe. I have 2 within about 10 miles of me.
Really?
Yeah, I stop there on the way to work almost every other Friday.
Hey Siri.
It's cool.
Where is a Barnes & Noble locally?
Okay, here's what I found.
Oh. Okay. There's one apparently 6 miles and 7 miles away.
There you go.
It is the weirdest thing because you would think brick and mortar bookstores would not be doing well. Every time I go into that Barnes & Noble's, the place is slammed with people. Especially if you go there after a Friday, because you see the weird manga kids that don't stay out in the sun too long. And they're just kind of cowering in the back of the store, reading manga all day.
Whoa. She lives in North Carolina. They just announced 30 new stores this year.
Barnes & Noble's is doing well, dude. They're doing
that manga,
good.
Man.
Yeah.
That's like 400% growth or something like that, they were saying.
Georgia has tons. North Texas has several. Whole bunch in New Jersey. Well, maybe I'm the problem.
It's because you don't like to go out around people, Jess.
That is a fact. Yeah.
If you would have ventured out of the house, oh, look at that Barnes & Noble. How nice.
I'll be like,
I'm going to go in there and get their bootleg Starbucks coffee.
What was the Principal Skinner goes, maybe I'm the problem. No, it's the children that have changed or something like that.
Exactly.
Barnes & Nobles have Starbucks.
Yeah, but we've talked about we don't drink Starbucks here. That's weak.
They're straight coffee, not with 5 shots of cream and sugar though.
God,
that's a milkshake.
Yeah.
I don't like. We are drinking the same coffee you're drinking right now, Jess.
Yes, I'm almost done with that thing I got Sunday. What is today? Wednesday? I've almost burned through it.
It's good, right? You like it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so for Manga Bros, make sure you tune in tomorrow night for the fun and excitement of Lou and I may be getting fairly cocky at this point. I feel like we could swagger into that.
Yeah, maybe. That was one of my wife's favorite segments. She sat through and found out a lot of stuff that she didn't need to know about manga.
I thought you were going to say about me. You were going to say.
No.
I'm out of here, dudes. Have a great night, everybody.
All right. Thanks, Gabe. Donnie went to B&N a couple days ago. Tons of manga in the front. Graphic novels were hidden in the back by the restroom.
Yeah, that's about right.
Sad face. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
It sounds like that's what the cute realtor was saying, that the teenagers and the middle schoolers were all into manga.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been saying that for a while.
I've been saying that for years. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's very much the case. Where kids today, they don't really care. They love the Marvel movies. They love the DC movies. They don't care about the comics, but they love reading the manga. Watching anime.
A Deadpool classic Omni there with a security device on it since mid 2018.
I think it's time to give up the ghost on that one.
Deadpool classic, is that out of print? That must be why it's gotten that. Oh, Lou, where can they find you?
Comics Guide 101 on Twitter and Comics Guide 101 on YouTube, where you can find an archive of old videos.
Going to Sir Rod Stewart, 78-year-olds. Still going strong Australia tour with Girls Want to Have Fun. Oh, Rod Stewart and what's her name? Girls Just Want to Have Cyndi Lauper. 78 years old. Wow.
Rod Stewart is still touring, huh? I mean, the Rolling Stones are still going at it, and God knows Keith Richards is just a corpse at this point.
I'm not sure Keith Richards can die. That's where all the sacrificial children's blood has gone into that guy.
Keith Richards has done so many drugs in his life that I'm pretty sure what's pumping through his veins is cocaine, and that's what's keeping his heart going.
He had let's see, I was in college, so that was in the 80s. In the 70s, he underwent 2 blood transfusions, 2 complete blood transfusions to get him off of heroin, and it still didn't do it. I mean, they thought changing his blood out would change. That's how little they understood the addiction component of it.
Yeah.
I guess they wanted to get rid of the craving. But yeah, I'm not sure he can die. Let's see. Candace, I got me some back catalog just videos to watch. Keith Richards gets his longevity from snorting his father's ashes.
Did he really do that?
He didn't. I thought she was making a joke. You think she's telling the truth?
I've heard that story before. That he's
you have?
I've heard that story. That Keith Richards actually snorted his father's ashes.
Holy shit!
I've
never heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that happen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I thought she was kidding. That's crazy.
No, I've heard that. Keith Richards is 79. Jeez.
How old is Mick?
Mick Jagger is 79. Dude, and they're still doing tours. And they're still going.
Wow. It has that black wire around it with that circular device. That is the only Omni I've ever seen there. That cracks me up. Just if you have a huge collection of booby manga before end of the year, I will die a happy man. I don't want you to die, Cleveland Brown. Oh, in a Rolling Stone interview. Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of like Ozzy, Ozzy bit the head of the bat. Remember that whole thing?
I remember reading about that. Yeah. Yeah, and they were afraid he was going to get rabies from it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, now I want to read that Rolling Stone interview to read about, because that's the central plot device for for that book I like so much, Bone Parish by Cullen Bunn.
Who was it in Motley Crue that snorted ants? What was it? Tommy Lee? Tommy Lee snorted a line of ants, I think is what I heard.
Did he do it on purpose?
I think so. I think the story goes that they were hanging out by the pool, and I forgot who it was. Somebody said, "Hey, I bet you won't snort that line of ants," and he went and snorted the line of ants.
Okay, now I have two things to Google.
This is gonna bother me. Hold on. Before we get out of here.
Lou, I can answer this. Yes, he still is getting 4K Blu-rays.
Yes, I am. Lee swears Ozzy did. Oh, it was Ozzy. Most famous contest reportedly was Ozzy Osbourne and Motley Crue going dare for dare, ultimately ending with Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that. You guys can Google the rest of that. Yeah.
Snorted Ants was Ozzy. Wow. Yeah, John Anderson, that was Ozzy. Wow. I hadn't heard that. Okay, so I got to look up Snorting Ashes and Snorting Ants.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else snorting wise that I should look up?
No, I got nothing else.
That's enough, huh?
Yeah, that's all I got. Well, I mean, Artie Lang snorted coke once, but it had glass in it, messed up his nose.
I think that was heroin, though, right?
Was it heroin? I thought it was coke.
Yeah, it was heroin that he was snorting at that time, and somehow it had ground glass in it, and that's what ruined his nose.
Oh.
Ugh. Okay, you can find me, OmniDog, on OmniDog's Vault on YouTube and OmniDogs_Vault on Instagram. You've got ants in my cocaine. No, you got cocaine all over my ant farm, like Reese's chocolate. Oh my God, I'm going to figure out how tomorrow on my way home from physical therapy, I can get that chocolate peanut butter pie from Costco.
My wife said I was about to ask you that.
I want to get that in this house and have it for myself.
Do they have it by your house?
I don't know. I'm going to have to go find out.
Oh my God, it looks amazing.
Did you guys already get it?
No. My wife hasn't gotten a chance to go out there.
Okay, yeah, no. Okay. I need to I'll get my car wash too or something. It's right next to the car wash place.
You get a new car?
I want that chocolate peanut butter pie. Yeah.
All right.
You did me a solid with that.
That was my wife.
Thank you, Mrs. Lou. Well, I don't want to say your name over the air.
It's all good. All right, guys. I'm ready to go, Jess.
Okay, let's see. I have a way to play us out. Let's see. Wait, where is it? This is what Geo does. Okay, thanks everybody. Peace and love. Peace and love.